Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is the Fusion Struggle Podcast with your hosts, Sonn Rondue, Ghost the Rebel, and LTG Live TV. Everybody say what's good.
How you doing?
That sync was perfect.
I guess we're in sync. That was funny. I like that joke.
It was alright. It was alright.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'm about to really fuck up this joke. When you really think about it, yes, we're in sync. Don't think about it too hard. Tell me when you don't understand it.
I don't understand it. Where's the joke?
We're three niggas on a podcast. In sync. Get it?
Nigga sync? Bro, that's such a reach. That we needed that something else.
Crazy.
Like, we were missing like one small piece of detail that would have clicked. I'm like, wait, what?
Water, sinkhole, quicksand. So we needed something that could, take it home.
I thought you were talking about like boy bands and Backstreet Boys. I thought you might like Blackstreet, the group.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You were talking about the other.
You need to work on your dad jokes. Get away from the dark humor and literally the nigga humor. And they're in sync. There you go.
Well,
talk about these podcast topics, man, because I want to be here for 6 hours.
Fair enough. All right, so
what's up, y'all? You know we had to do some crazy shit in the beginning, you know?
So, first things first, I would like to...
Don't
say it, Ghost. I fucking knew it.
Why you say it? Why did you say it, knowing damn well I was going to say that?
You have a point. You've been doing this for years now. I should know.
Why are you making me sound like I'm an elder? Relax. Talk about the topic. By the way, we are currently at 34 subscribers on the Fusion Struggle Podcast YouTube channel. We're very close to 50, y'all.
I was literally just about to make that announcement. Fuck!
I got you covered, man. I got you. Teamwork.
Get it up.
All right. Yes, 34 subscribers, 50 subscribers. Thank you, bro. Once we hit 50 subscribers, merch will be releasing. Very excited to get those out to y'all. The ideas that we had for the merch, been cooking, still got some stuff in the vault, but we'll see. So the first thing that we want to discuss is Sinners. Yes, we know this movie came out about 2 months ago at this point, and LTG hasn't seen it yet. Lewis hasn't seen it yet. You finally just saw it, and he has. You said you got some good opinions and some bad opinions. So,
right.
I definitely want to hear the bad ones first, and then the good ones after, and then just kind of want to hear your thoughts on it, considering that we've already seen the movie like 3 times.
Got you. Let's start with the most obvious bad. The accents. The accents didn't really fully sell me. I didn't really feel I was in a southern state. It kind of seemed like people were trying to make their voice southern, not really. It didn't feel authentic. Obviously, these people, not all of them are southern, but still, like that part was one of the most obvious downsides. What else I didn't like? I didn't like. Let me think. Sorry. I didn't like. What else I didn't like about the movie?
Now you nitpicking now. You're looking for something.
Facts.
No, it just left my head, bro.
Like, what was a jarring thing outside the accents? When you think about the movie, it's like, man, I didn't really like it.
Oh,
what?
I didn't. Okay, my bad. I didn't like how people boasted the movie like it was a great movie. To me, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. It wasn't like a Django. To me, Django was a better movie. If you want to talk about, some revenge on some white people now, that was definitely a better movie. Plus, his bitch didn't die. He got on the horse, ran off with it. Come on, now that was a real ending that you wanted to see. Got Michael. Got Samuel Jackson up out of there. His Uncle Tom ass. That was good. What else I didn't like about the fucking movie, bro?
Damn, now I really saw you nitpicking this.
I thought the acting. I thought the acting was cool. I don't like the singing moments. I didn't feel like all
What?
those singing moments
Oh,
were
no.
necessary.
Oh no!
I didn't think all the singing moments were necessary.
Come on.
Hold on.
Let him cook.
I was gonna say let him. He burning the house down right now, but we gonna let him.
I didn't think
you
all
saw
the
it twice.
I saw it twice, and I didn't think all the singing moments were necessary, especially the last one when all the demon people got together, they bit the people, and they're all dancing in a circle, just singing. I was like, we didn't need to see that. That was one. Two, we could have dealt with 2 scenes of them singing in the juke bar, maybe 3, but 4 or 5 of singing scenes in the juke bar is like, okay. I get it, but let's carry on with the story. That's that on that. If the girl wasn't supposed to, if the white girl, right?
Hold on now.
Mixed
hold
girl,
on now. Baby
the
Mary.
white mixed girl. Sorry. The white girl that was mixed with some black. If she wasn't supposed to be in the party, the brother's like, nah, get up out of here. Why is she still in the party?
Oh my!
Anybody else thought about that? All Fred was like, yo, the cousin was like, nah, get up out of here. Smoke was like, yo, she need to get up out of here. Stack was like, nah, she get up out of here. Why was she still in the... You know what I'm saying?
No.
You didn't see that part of the movie when they said, nah, we don't want this girl in here? Why is she still there?
Hold on, let's let him finish this point, because we obviously the only niggas that's fusing in this part right now was me and the Ghost.
That part. Last thing that I didn't like.
Oh god.
Last thing, the brother that got bit. The brother that didn't get bit when he was stacked.
Which one are we talking about now?
The one that smokes. Let's talk about Smoke then. Smoke didn't get bit. When Smoke was went back to the door, saw his big ass friend, and his girl was like, yo, why you what you need an invite for? Why is Smoke grabbing money and handing it to the vampire like he don't know nothing about vampires? Anybody else thought about that? Like, you just saw him.
We can definitely give you an answer why.
We can if it
was me, I would just threw the money on the ground. Boom, take it. You're not invited. Threw the money on the ground. That's it. I'm not handing you the money with my hand, bro. Like that was just so stupid to me. But I'll say that's it. That's all I can think of right now.
Okay, Ghost, you want to go first, or you?
I probably want to spoil it.
Do you want to get to the good parts I liked, or
yeah, do the good parts first.
Or no, how about y'all react to the bad? How about y'all react to the bad and then we get to the good?
What the fuck are we talking about?
Go ahead.
Dog, I'm gonna let you go first.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Hold on. Before that, I'm gonna ask one question. So you said you saw it twice. What was your intention behind seeing it for a second time?
So it was fresh on my mind for the pod.
Okay, so the emotion was still the same, like regardless. It didn't you didn't think differently the second time compared to the first time.
Yeah, emotion. The second time around, I was like, yeah, still the same. I still felt the same.
Or worse. All right.
Okay. All right. So I'll say this. Number one, your opinion is your opinion.
Absolutely. Very valid.
I respect your opinion. I don't agree with it, but I respect it. I just want to put that out there first. Secondly, what was the first thing you said?
You know what? We should have been taking down
the accents. I don't like the accents.
You didn't like the accents. Okay. So I'm gonna put it to you this way, because my girlfriend had actually made a statement about it, about this recently, because we had a conversation about Sinners recently.
Let me holler at you real quick.
Nah, so she had told me, because she's from St. Louis, right? Mm-hmm. And St. Louis is like what, 40 some odd minutes from Chicago? Maybe an hour? I might be wrong.
St. Louis from Chicago?
Yeah, like a couple hours.
Oh, it's like 5 it's a couple hours.
Couple hours.
5 or 6.
Okay. So when it comes to accents, right? Mind you, this is set in the this is the 1930s, 1940s, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yep. In the Mississippi, I believe.
Mississippi. Now, everybody know when it comes to Mississippi, you're gonna find yourself some country ass accents. It's not completely South, but it's like
there's Southern
what?
dialect, and then there's like country twang and country
because
really in the weeds with it.
Because they're right across the water from Louisiana, from New Orleans.
Orleans.
So of course, New Orleans. So you definitely gonna find some Southern twang up in there. So it's like, I will say this: when I first heard Smoke and Stack's accent, it kind of threw me off a bit. But once I started hearing about everybody else talk, I was like, okay, it makes sense on why they have this Southern twang, why they have this country accent. Because I forgot how my girl put it. It didn't really bother me. I would just say that them having a Southern accent. Did you feel like it was forced?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It felt a little forced. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Would you say that on behalf of all the actors or just Michael's characters?
I mean, Michael B. Jordan is just on every fucking scene, pretty much. That's a great question.
Because
I don't like Preacher Boy's accent too crazy. He was like, I felt like he was really trying to sell it, especially when he started singing. Oh, like he really tried to. I can't do the accent, but he tried to make it go all the way deep with it. I'm like, bro, you really stretching this.
But you gotta understand, bro. The blues, when it came to the blues, bro, that shit stretches. It stretches a long fucking way. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it kind of reminds me like if you hear Ghostface Killer talk versus Ghostface Killer rap, it's like you can definitely hear him trying to make his voice sound like that. It don't sound that's not his real voice when he talks. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but no at the same time. I only say that because you gotta also understand slavery was still really active at that point. And I'm not trying to make jokes, but when the slaves were singing, a lot of it was blues like related. You know what I'm saying? Because how do I say this?
It was like blues and broken English. They really weren't educated as much just because of the time period, all the stuff going around there. So
yeah, and the music was what was getting them through, especially in like the scene where it was.
Hold on. Why are you telling me about the blues? I thought we were talking about the accents.
Well, he's like stemming from like why the accent. It kind of derives from the blues as far as like, it transcends like the accent itself. Like blues is heavily influenced like centuries ago.
Oh yeah, I know blues. There's real authentic accents. I'm not worried about that. We're talking about the actors and their performance on their accents. That's what we're talking about. I was like, we're about to go into this tangent about the blues. Like, I don't know. I get what that is.
No,
I was talking about this movie and these actors' accents. They didn't really sell me. I wasn't sold on that aspect of the movie.
No, and I get that, but you were talking about how Preacher Boy's accent, how he was like forcing it. That's like
he was.
Especially when it's singing, like
it was. That goes back to it wasn't authentic. It didn't feel authentic to me. That's what I'm trying to say.
Was it close or it was like way off?
It was close enough to understand what they're trying to do, to follow along with the movie. It wasn't terrible, but just like, okay, you really trying to put it on.
Okay, I'll Ghost, I'll let you take your where you're.
Well, no, you wanted to talk. The next one was Mary, baby Mary, sweet.
Okay, what was the issue with Mary again? Was it because the brother, because
she was in the juke joint. As the only person they apparently told her to leave, which I don't remember that, but
yes, they did. I don't remember the movie. This what happened.
I remember.
The first person that interacted with Mary was the cornbread, the big black dude bodyguard in front of the door. She walks in. The cousin Preacher Boy notices her, and he goes, "Whoa, you're not supposed to be in here." He goes up to her, tells her, "Yeah, the brothers don't want you in here." Boom. He was like, Mary tells him, "Boy, come over here, come get a drink. You're old enough, right? Yeah, let me buy you a drink." Everybody know her in there. Smoke and Stack comes in here. Is like, "What you doing here, Mary?"
You're definitely.
Then he pulled her to the side. They had this whole conversation. Which one we tell you I love you, Mary? We tell you I love you.
Bro, you're missing a lot of context.
You're definitely missing some context, bro.
But hold on. Hold on. Let me finish. Go ahead. You said I love you. What you want me to tell you? I love you. I want us to be together, but this can't work. Why? Because it can't work with us. That's why you gotta go, Mary. That's basically what he said.
What's he saying?
Okay, so
Mary still stayed. 3 people told her. I mean, no, 2 people told her to leave. 3 people wanted her to leave, but she still stayed there. What was that?
Bro, I know what you mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
Heavily context.
We gonna have to run it back. We gonna have to run it back.
Good.
So yes, when Cornbread first saw her, he did not recognize that it was Mary because, of course, because storyline wise, apparently, character wise, they go way back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! There, little Mary, you done grown up.
Right, yup.
Girl, go ahead and come in here. Bet. She goes in. Preacher boy, like you said, he was macking with what's her name? Old girl that was married.
Yeah.
He told her, like you said, yes, you're not supposed to be here. The only reason why he said that is because he knows the history between Stack and Mary.
Yep.
Right.
Agreed.
Right.
And then she goes, oh shit. Oh no. She goes, he said, "Ma'am, I'm with the twins." She
you Stack cousin? She said, "Boy."
She said, "Boy, right? Nah, nigga, hold on, wait, I got this." She literally goes, she said, "Twins, boy, get the fuck out of my face." He said, "Nah, man, I ain't with the twins." And then that's when she was like, "Oh, little Sammy, nah, come in, nigga." Well, she didn't say nigga, but she was like, "Yeah, come and get a drink." And then they started chatting, reminiscing, talking about her history with the twins, this, that, the next, and then. That's when Smoke comes up and is like, yo, no, he came up the first time and he was like, because she was talking about how she had to bury her mother, and Stack was like, nah, not Stack. Smoke was like, nah, we gave her your mother flowers more than she was, because Smoke was a cold nigga. She ended up crying.
Missing a part.
What? Tell me what part I'm missing, because you skipped over like 5 scenes, bro.
The part you missed, I think, was when Smoke and Stack were talking.
That happened after. Because after he saw her, because after he saw her the first time, that's when he went to Stack and was like, he's like, yo, she's here. You need to go handle her.
Yep.
He was like, oh,
yes, right.
Yeah. So he was like, all right, shit, I will. So then, boom. That's when he get up. He handed her. She was like, nah, you gotta go. She was like, no, I came to see the blues. I came to hear the blues. He was like, they play the blues really good in Arkansas, which I thought was funny. And then she was like, nah, like, nigga, get the fuck off me. And then that's when they went to the whole spiel of him basically saying, like, look, because they had a forbidden love. He's black, she's white. If any white person saw them together, the clan gonna come up, shoot, light that bitch up, they gonna kill her because she was a nigga. But then after he gave her that whole spiel, that's when he left. And she still stayed. Yes. I understand.
And he told her to leave.
But do you know why, though?
Yes, he said it. But she still stayed.
Why did she stay?
3 people said to her. 3 people wanted her gone. The main people running the infrastructure establishment. And she still stayed.
Why did they want her gone? Why do you think that? Or, like, what do you think the reason would be?
I don't know. I don't care about the reason. What I care about was this woman was told 3 different times to go, and she stayed. Why can't people just be told what they're doing?
I'm sorry.
The owners told you to leave. The owners of the establishment told you to go.
Stack, yes.
Are they not the owners of the establishment?
They are, but let me tell you.
Okay, did Stack want her to leave? Yes or no?
Yes.
Did Smoke want her to leave? Yes or no?
Yes.
But what happened?
She stayed.
She stayed.
Okay. Why? Am I going crazy? Am I insane?
No, because I'm about to break it down for you. I'm going to break it down for you.
Why did she stay?
Like, I understand what Lewis is trying to say. It's the moral of the fact that
run. If you and Ghost have a restaurant, I walk in and say I want to eat. You say, no, get the fuck up out of here. Can I just stay there? or which y'all probably physically get me up and get me up out of there, right? But just because she's really a woman, she's a woman, nobody's gonna touch her, so she can stay.
I feel you.
It's like
this is a whole different conversation that we could progress into. I want to get to that conversation.
Oh, I feel you. I feel you.
That's why I'm hot. That's the only reason. But go ahead.
I definitely shit. You know what? I'm gonna go for it, buddy.
Fine. Okay.
Because I know what he's saying.
I feel you. I hear what he's saying. I do. However, and this is a big however, the depth of this conversation is humongous because of their history together. They've known each other since they were kids. They essentially grew up together. Mary's mom took care of the twins, so they essentially grew up. Now, Stack and Mary had a thing or whatever. Mind you, this is still 1930s in Mississippi, so that is a forbidden love. Either one of them get caught, both of them are dead. Most likely, Stack is going to die outside of Mary just because she looks white, even though she's not fully white. Now, the thing is that I feel like you are missing, Lewis, and I'm going to try to bring it to light. This is not a roast. I'm trying to educate because I definitely saw this outright. So Stack has been running from Mary all this time. They had a fling somewhere. I don't. Maybe it was Arkansas or maybe it was Mississippi. I don't know. But he left. He said, essentially, just leave me alone. Forget about me. Go be with your white family. Because he wants her to have a better life. Because of the life that he has is a lot of shit. It has a lot of paper trail and a lot of bad things. Because he loves her, he doesn't want her to get in any sort of that shit. So play it safe. Yes. Do what you gotta do. She don't want that though. She wants Stack. So them saying you gotta go, it's not so much like it's not a surface level thing. It's like you gotta go because if you stay here, you're gonna ruffle up Stack for the most part. Because anytime that Mary's around, he's kind of wobbly. He's a little shaken. He can't focus on managing the opening night of the place. But Smoke also recognized, hey, bro, you've been running from her for too long. You need to nip this in the butt. Stop running from her. Talk to her and see what can happen. And that way we can get back on business. So the fact that Mary stayed, she should have stayed. Because she's cool with Annie, too. Annie definitely knows Mary.
Do Annie own this establishment or do I own this establishment? And did I tell you to leave? Why the fuck are you still here?
Because love is a strong force, nigga. And love can't be denied in that sense. Bro. You grew up with somebody, it doesn't matter. Listen, if someone told me to leave an establishment, knowing damn well we had a deep connection for years, I'ma stick around. Not on no like defiant, not on no like fuck you. It's just like I can see what you really mean. You're saying one thing, but I know exactly what you're feeling, which is different than what you're saying. You're really bad. She stayed.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, bro. I told you to leave because, bro, imagine you own some shit.
Okay.
You worked hard for this.
Okay.
You want your opening night to go as smooth as possible. You had to turn all these tricks just to get all these people to come together for your first opening night.
Yeah.
You want everything to go smooth.
Yeah. And it did.
The person that you don't want to be there is now right in front of your face. Now you like leave.
But she stayed and nothing went crazy until like it went crazy. But
yeah.
So my
maybe if she would have left, hold on. Maybe if she would have left, none of this would have happened.
No, that's a big ass one. No, that's an alternate universe, dog.
It still would have happened regardless.
Yeah, that still would have happened regardless.
Because when Sammy was singing, he literally told him, "Your music is what brought me." Technically, if you really think about it,
yeah, this is Sammy's fault.
It kind of is. Now, granted, yes, it gave Remick biting or turning Mary an easier in to get into the establishment.
Yep.
But regardless, whether Mary was there or not, everything still would have went to shit.
Yep.
I don't. We don't know that. That's also a big if.
What? No, bro. Compared to Mary leaving the whole thing, that's a whole different timeline. That
what are we even?
No. No, because when she left, when she left to talk to him, there was no vampires came in. So if Smoke and Stack was like, if Smoke was Stack, the same thing he said, don't let those white people in. If he said don't let Mary in, we probably would have been straight.
But Mary is cool with everybody.
But hold on, but think about it like this too.
That is cool. Y'all not understanding. We talking about the owners of the establishment going to the doorman, Cornbread. Listen, going to Cornbread and telling him, do not let Mary in. I am paying you. If you let Mary in, do you want to get paid or not, bro?
Nigga, oh my! I hear what you're saying.
Hold on. Let me just say this. Outside of the Mary thing, you said that we don't know that. Okay, let's scratch out Mary. Let's just take Mary out of the entire equation.
Okay.
This nigga, Cornbread, had to take a piss.
Yep.
That nigga would have definitely got caught up because regardless if, like I said, Mary was there or not, Sammy is the sole reason why he showed up to the juke bar.
Mm-hmm.
He was the sole reason. He literally told him that because when Sammy was singing, he literally he conjured up spirits. And Annie even said this in the beginning of the movie. Music is a spiritual line. Whatever, like the fact that he was doing all that singing and you seen everybody from every generation, black, Chinese, all the people that were there, music wise, like bro, past, present, future, all that shit was there. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Remy saw that, he was like, "Oh, y'all can get me back to my ancestors," because I'm like, it kept him in line. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand that. I'm talking about the access to getting in and not getting in. That's the part I'm talking about.
So if Mary's out the equation, Cornbread did go out and take a piss. Then what? Right. What's the scenario then?
He would have to. Someone will have to invite him back in.
He's the
Slim would have been the one to do that because he was by the door.
Hold on. Listen. Why did he ask to come back in even though he was the doorman?
Because he's a vampire and you can't get into establishment.
Okay, so he would have to. So if he takes a piss, gets bit, and comes to the door, he would have to ask somebody to come in, and then somebody would be like, "It's weird that you're asking to come in when we seen you come in."
But that's what happened in the movie.
Hold on. Disagree. Because none of that shit happened until after Stack was bit and he died. When everybody listen, but hold on. Let me say this: had that not happened, let's say Cornbread was the first one to get bit while Mary's there. Let's just say that he goes back. He goes to take a piss. Comes back. Slim is at the door. Hey, right. Nigga, you gonna let me in? Or whatever the fuck he would say to be sneaky to come in.
Yeah, you're right.
He would have been like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know why you asking me to.
Yeah, because everybody's
right.
drunk.
And he's drunk too, so you're not gonna be on 10. Right, he's drunk too. He's not gonna be on. You're not gonna be. Yeah. It could have went either way. You're right.
Either way, yes.
Went either way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, you're right. You got that.
But when it comes,
also just possible scenarios. But yeah,
possible scenarios. But when it comes to the Mary situation, I definitely understand where you're coming from. But it's the fact that connection between those two were there. And she was like, well, shit, I ain't got nothing else to lose. I may as well just stay here. That's what I got from it. From her still staying there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
No, I understand why she stood there. I just don't like that somebody was told to leave 2 to 3 different times and he still decided to stay. And was told to leave by the owners of the establishment. I get
because love can't be denied. They grew up together. Yeah, this ain't no stranger.
Love ain't everything, bro. I understand that, but I'm the owners.
Love is there.
Ownership not matter.
You can't deny that.
So love negates me owning something. You can walk in my house anytime you want just because you love me.
No. Hold on. See.
Oh,
son, don't do that. Don't do that.
You can walk in my house anytime you want to just because you would love me, huh?
No. Here's the thing. Like I said, they have grown up together. Versus let's say I walk up to your house. First of all, I'm not gonna do that. Because I don't know you like that. And you don't know me like that. They know each other very well. So they're very comfortable. They're very open and they're very vulnerable with each other versus just a random old person. Let's say, for example, if there was someone else from that party that they roughhoused or the gambling people, right? they tried to kick somebody out, they can just do that. Hey man, fuck them. I don't care. But this is Mary. We know Mary. We can't just treat you like no regular. Like we know you. Like we grew up with you. You and moms took care of both of us.
But that don't give you the right.
There's a depth of
to
love there. So as far as like telling her to leave, it's gonna be hard. They probably said it easy, but deep down that shit was hard to do.
So I'll say this. I will say
that's wild to me, bro.
I'll say this in regards to what you had said, Ghost. So for Smoke didn't have no issue telling her to get the fuck up out of there. I will say it was quite the opposite for Stack because, like you said, they grew up together. There's this forbidden love. He basically told her that.
Yeah.
With Smoke, he didn't give a fuck, and you know he didn't because he.
Right.
You know, it's Smoke. It's Smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Business first.
Yeah, business first, and that's his little brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he wants to make sure his brother, his eyes on the prize. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, it's like God damn it. On both sides, I completely understand.
Right.
But it's just, but then also let's think about
a certain time. So is there never a certain time that you don't want to be around someone you used to mess around with and then he just pop up on you forcefully? There's never a time you just like, I just want to be myself right now, but now I'm a girl.
Well, it depends on so many different variables, though.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on now, bro. And if you have the power to not deal with that, and all I should have to tell you is get out my house or get out my restaurant, get out my building, get out my room, you should just do that.
But Stack told her to do that before. Go to Arkansas, get a family and all that shit. And look, she came back anyway. So there has to be something there. And Stack knows that too.
A husband too. She had a husband too.
Right. Whole marriage and shit, but she still wants Stack. And Stack knows that because he feels something, but he can't admit it. And Smoke said that to him. That's why he said, hey, we can do this business, but I can see you a little shaken up. Take care of that and get back to business, though. Because if you don't take care of it, business is going to fail.
We go into circles now. I understand your point. I think y'all understand my point as well. We just go in circles.
We're going to have to move on from this topic, yo.
Bro, this whole podcast is going to be about Sinners. I'm letting you know that right now. Because we got to talk about the singing. Dog. What do you mean?
We didn't need so many singing scenes, bro. It's just like...
Do you like musicals?
When it's done right, yes.
Okay. What's one key element that would make a musical right compared to what they did in Sinners? Like, what did Sinners do wrong?
I'm not saying they did anything wrong, right?
It just wasn't.
There were so many of them that it took away from the movie, in my opinion. I don't like. Why is there 6? Like, I don't know. There's more than 6 musical parts. There's a lot of musical parts. I understand music, but I want to get to the story. Get to the dialogue. Y'all were here singing and shit. I get it. It's cute and all, but I want to get to the meat and potatoes. Y'all just dragging it on.
Oh my god!
Okay,
bro.
I'll say this.
And let's reduce it to 4 singing. Let's make 4 powerful singing scenes, not 10. Cool. We can kind of do it. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot. It was a lot for me.
It was like 4.
It felt like 10.
Most.
It wasn't 4. It definitely was more like 7.
So
maybe
the
8.
singing aspect, bro, was a sense of healing. It was to
telling stories of where we came from, showing where we came from, where music actually started.
Like it's
again, and now we're going past my point again. And now you're talking about the meaning of the singing instead of the amount of singing that was done.
That's very surface level and subjective. You can have that. I'm not saying it's wrong. I enjoyed it because again,
that's my gripe. I don't like certain Medea plays. There's too many singing in it. I fast forward through that shit. I ain't got time. Fast forward.
You got it, bro.
Like I'm not listening to all that singing, bro. I came here to see the play, not y'all. Like it's cute and all, but let's get to what I'm here.
Let's get to the stabbing and the biting and the killing.
Yeah, and the storytelling. I don't care. I'm into the story. The music thing is cool. I get it.
Okay. Now, when they went through the different generations, the one song, right? I lied to you. What did you think about that?
That part was kind of random. I felt like
get the fuck. I don't know what I just threw. I just threw something on my
that type threw me off. I understand.
I can't wait to see.
I understand the quote. The musical with for spirits from the past and the future. Yeah, I get that. I understand it. And then they went from the past into the future. I get it. I understand it. I just.
Oh God.
Girl, the random twerking we pan, and then it's a Chinese girl painted up. Then we pan, and now we're in 2006. Then we pan, now we're in 2014. Then we pan, now we're in modern day. Then we pan back to 1980. Bro, it's cute. It's cute. Like I said, it's cute. But it's all unnecessary stuff. It's cute though. It's just not for me. I'm not too much into too many musical scenes. That's just me.
For sure.
Oh my God!
Watch Medea family reunion or some shit. Like,
oh my God! This video's gonna be hellacious. Oh my God! First of all, y'all, this is all in good faith, good love. We are not beefing.
It is.
It may seem like we are. Hey, we all brothers. It's none but love here. Subscribe, please.
Yes.
We all just have different opinions. And
we're very passionate.
It's just, I think it was more so Ghost's reaction to what he just said is what caught me off guard.
Yeah. I'll take responsibility and accountability for that.
Oh fuck, that was hilarious.
You know, I am who I am. I couldn't believe it. Duh. Oh my God. Shit. And I'm trying to think, is it my fault for being like emotionally intelligent, like a little bit too much? But just because like it's great, but it can be damaging. Like you kind of feel a little too deep about certain things, and I'm aware that I could feel really deep about shit that's not as deep. But I would rather have some versus none. But not that song. You could have said any other shit. Not that was one of my favorite parts because it told so much that it went over a lot of people's heads. But I saw it, I'm like, this is done.
The different cultures part?
Huh?
You mean the different cultures part when they like pan the camera, that part?
Yes!
Bro, that was just morphed 808s and drums. I can do that with FOC. But come on, bro.
It's way more than that. I promise you, it's way more than that. It's way more than that. And I don't know if it's because I'm speaking from a different generation, sweep, but
reverse the 808. Like I get it, man. It's cute. Like I said, it's cute. But it's just.
I was gonna say, I think you calling it cute is what's making it worse.
Yeah, it's
like, okay.
Was it culturally impactful for y'all? Did that make y'all cry in the theater, bro? Like,
Rondue, you want to break it down before I do?
I can only speak from it.
There's nothing to break down. I
gotta break it down, man.
I just have a different opinion.
No, I know.
So I'll say this. I think for me, when me and my girl went to go see it, like the first time watching it, I definitely got the sense of like this is for the culture. Like this is like the message. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't trying to read too much into it because I have a habit of doing that since meeting Ghost.
Yeah.
So I'll try to sit here and be like, oh damn, okay, so he sneezed this way. Why?
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm just fucking around, but but no, like there are some things that I definitely agree with Ghost. Like you can definitely see the culture like in that movie. Did it speak to me in a lot of different ways? Yes. And in some ways, no. And, you know, once again, like your opinion is your opinion, you know, can't knock that because a nigga, if your mind is set on something, a nigga can't change your mind. You know what I'm saying? So obviously your mind is set on what you saw and it wasn't culturally impacted for you. But for Ghost, for, you know, some of it for me, it was, you know what I'm saying? So I just think, you know, it is what it is, you know.
So you enjoyed the 808s. Filtering out the drums, panning the camera.
Okay, so when you're breaking it down like that,
costumes is cultural. I mean, if that does it for y'all, then cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna do it for me.
That's
it's not gonna do it for me, bro.
That's not it at all.
like it's not gonna do it for me. Like I said,
that's fine.
But culturally impactful?
Yes.
Nah, that's a mean statement. It was cute. It was cool. Not culturally impactful.
We have to move on from this. We have to move on from this topic. We should have saved this for the last bit. Oh God. Okay.
Bro. Me, you, and Ghost can't get a few friends, women and female, dressed up in different costumes, dance to some morphed 808s and drums that I made in FO Studio, and then put it out. Is that culturally impactful? Did any change happen? Did they really do anything? Like you can put people on the camera in different outfits in different times, and that's impactful.
I'm trying to read like where you're coming from, but I am having some difficulty. Your perspective, your take on it is completely valid. You will never hear me say, "Lewis, you're wrong." Like I don't care. Like that's how you experience it. That's your catered experience. That's okay. Just like how mine is mine. Like there you go. We can keep it copacetic like that. However, when I think culturally impactful, right? I think Barack Obama being president. I think the Martin Luther King have a dream speech. I think these moments of being culturally impactful. A panning of a camera to people dancing to morphed 808s and drums and with different costumes from different races it's not going to do it for me, bro. I'm only sorry. Did you double down on, but you triple down on it. Now I have to get my piece off. So here is the difference between the Obama situation and Martin Luther King. Those were iconic moments. Those were iconic, pivotal,
culturally
things in time that
moments.
Happened in that moment. But what happened in Sinners in this specific scene spanned over centuries. This wasn't just one moment. This wasn't just one thing and it just changed the whole landscape. We're talking about multiple points over centuries that transcended in this realm of music. You started with music in Africa, the motherland. They only had a drum, their spirit in their heart, no instruments, maybe some instruments. It started there. And then you slowly see the progression of how it went in the 70s. Well, hell, when it happened in slavery, when it happened in early disco, or actually the blues and shit like that, jazz, then disco, then hip hop, then rap, and then I eat the twerking thing, even though like a lot of people don't recognize that it started in Africa as a ritualistic practice. We transformed that into a capitalistic bullshit type of thing, but also it evolved into 808s. It evolved into different sectors to where we have electronic music. Now we have AI music. So it was giving you the timeline of music according to Black people that was so profound. Because music, this is just my take, music nowadays is ass. Overall, not all of it, but a good chunk of it is ass to me. I knew where music came from when I was a youngin'. You had a whole bunch more soul. You had greater intentions. People actually sang about love and shit, and you felt it. What's the last recent love song you heard today? Not like today, but like in this day and time. What's a love song to you?
Last love song?
Give me a love song right now, Lewis.
Probably only thing I think I don't listen to love songs. I can only think of probably Climax, Usher.
So that's circa 2010, middle 2010,
probably,
actually
yes,
early 2010.
Yes, I was like,
okay, so about 15 years ago.
but I'm not a good reference because I don't listen to that. I don't listen to that type of music.
Has. Showing
I'm not a good person to ask because I don't listen to that type of music.
Then you can't. I'm sorry. I agree. I'm glad that you said that. But the reason why I'm saying all this is because I want to preface this. I am not picking at you at all. I'm not trying to roast you. This is all number love. I'm trying to teach and educate and give you a different perspective. People cannot make statements like, oh, you can just muffle like an 808 or take out this stem and then pass it off as something else. It goes way beyond that. It goes way before that too. You really had to have grown up listening to different eras and and lifetimes of music to really appreciate how profound music was. And that was the overall theme of the movie itself. Sammy playing that guitar, and they made a reference to this. It has transcended way, like probably in biblical times. It's so profound, but it can be dangerous because you can invite spirits. It's a spiritual practice. It's a spiritual thing. The devil can be summoned if you perform music in such a unorthodox way. I'm gonna just say unorthodox. But now we just treat it as like, okay, music is just music. The way that music started is way deeper than anyone can even comprehend.
Yeah, that's hypothetical. That's not hypothetical. That's just more like opinionated. It can go either way. I hear a lot of noise in the background.
I dropped something. My fault.
You talk about religion and like how the music, that's when we start getting into theoretical.
Yeah, we gotta change topic, dog.
Improving data.
Let's switch the topic now.
Like, I'm just being honest. Like, just being honest, man. Where the facts?
Oh, change the topic, please. Rondue.
Shit.
The music summoning the devil. That's a religion thing, bro. If we start getting.
Oh my god! The next topic we're gonna do is
Alright, so we're gonna talk about games.